welcome to another episode of Off Topic. My name is Chris, and to my right is now Justin and John.
Hey, look, his feet hit the floor.
Yeah, they do hit the floor.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Way to
And
go.
we can't leave out our guest.
We have a
Sam
guest.
Harp.
It's Sam,
Harp.
everybody.
Hi, Sam.
Hey guys, how's it going?
He is not being held by against his will.
The only problem with having Sam on is like our viewership is down 25% now. Because Sam's here. He's not listening.
Bold of you to assume I watched it.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. Thank you.
Well, we're all full on this amazing pulled pork that Sam has made.
As our first guest, you have set the bar very high, my friend.
So
That's my goal.
I think we need to tell every single person that comes over now to bring
food.
I'm just going to casually mention what Sam has done and let them figure it out for themselves.
Chris had mentioned
DJ.
Yes.
Flex is going to be on, and
Yeah.
that dude just
He just needs to bring some ribs. Have you had his ribs?
I've not.
They're ribs.
Yeah. There's ribs.
I've had his chicken.
Yeah.
The man makes some chicken.
Yeah.
But I've had his ribs though. We had a men's retreat and he did some ribs.
Is
in
this
it.
like a Adam and Eve ribs situation? or-
No.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
was
ribs.
trying to
the
understand
ribs
what
of
was going on
The
there.
ribs of
Earth.
pork. No, the ribs of pork. No, we're not. What?
What?
What did you just say?
Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Put them a little John marker down. You can go back and listen to it in post.
Okay,
Yes.
so now that he pointed at it, we have to.
Yeah. Please don't blow my ears.
We
I
have
don't think
new
we have
technology.
Don't press that one, because you're gonna make Sam cry.
That one?
Don't press the purple one.
Don't press the purple
Can
one.
I press the orange one though?
Yeah, it was all fine until you told me not to
Why
press
the
it.
orange one? Why do you want that one? So yes, I mentioned that we got a new.
That one. I want the red one. Ready?
Okay. Oh no. You know, it'd
feel
be funny.
better?
You know, it'd be funny if I took that out. Clicking the button and then just all of us just staring at each other.
Or something even funnier.
Yes, like-
yes, that'd be fantastic.
Whack. It's that.
All right,
Yes. So
we're off
yeah.
to a good
So
start.
we
on
have
this
sound.
episode.
We have sound effects now.
have sound
so
effects.
if you
Oh,
see me
boy.
reach over and hit a button, it's probably going to be.
Just turn down the
Who
phone.
put you in charge of the sound effects?
I don't know. I'm sitting by it, so
I didn't say he was in charge of it. He just said, "I'm going to do this,"
Oh,
and
That's how I roll, man.
I've got other things I got to worry about.
is that
You
the
just
sound
get
when I
that.
say something that I shouldn't have said?
Please
No.
don't.
Is that my sound?
Yes, and we're going to name that the John.
No, that's going to be whenever John has like a segment or something that he's going to like
oh,
bring us back
fantastic.
from.
Yeah, did you bring
that's
a
his
product?
sound.
Did you?
No,
find-
I had nothing. How am I supposed to top the Jesus Spirit board from last time?
that was.
John, quit murdering your mic stand, please.
Yeah.
For the love of everything.
What am I doing? What?
He's like strangling it over there. Sam is going to judge every production thing.
I know.
Right now.
I feel so
He's
so
watching
incompetent.
you. He is watching
John,
you.
you and I do the same job.
I know, but you do yours good.
gooder.
Thank you.
He
Good,
does,
more, better.
He does your job gooder. Now
You don't suck at your job. I'm just over here hanging on by a string.
you're the one that wanted it.
That's all I'm saying.
So speaking of Sam, I'm going to give you a moment to kind of introduce yourself. And I know you mentioned not to just introduce yourself because you're going to go, "I'm Sam," and that's it.
But here's your moment
You know
anyway.
me so well, Chris.
So how long have you been in Wichita? You were born and raised here, right?
Yeah, born and raised. I mean, technically not born, but you know, I've never lived anywhere else.
Did you
really.
not? Were you not born? Did you?
No,
just,
I was Stork. That's how everyone is, right?
Oh,
Right.
No.
Yes, of course. Let's move on.
I heard something completely different.
Did you hear
I
stork?
heard historic.
At first I did too.
Wait, what?
And then I heard stork, and I was like, okay, it's
Okay,
it's
that
coming
makes
together.
more sense.
It's coming together. Oh man, do you have any siblings?
I do. I have two younger sisters.
Same.
Did you know that about me?
I think so.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I have two
How did
younger
you
sisters.
not know that?
I didn't
I
know
don't know.
that
I've
either.
never met them before in my life.
I have two younger sisters also, but no one.
Why
has
would
shocked
you
me.
have?
How would you have not?
Why
met them?
would you have met?
I don't know. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. I've never met them, so how would I know he has them?
Because they grew up in the church where you also were.
That you've worked longer than anyone here?
Yeah.
You've
Where
worked
do
there
you
longer
go-
than
you
I've been
going on-
alive.
Yes, I've seen a lot of people.
You
at
going
the
on
church.
20 years yet?
No,
no, that's
what am I
serving
at?
also, right?
Well, yeah. If you count serving, I'm 20 years in next year.
You're old.
I am very old.
Is
We've-
it
we've
12?
established
Is
this.
it 12 years
12 years on staff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
That
So-
Don't you dare.
deserves-
No, stop it. No.
I do not agree with the studio audience.
Yeah.
Now, how long have you been at the church?
At the church,
Yeah.
24 years.
Okay.
I've been working there.
Okay, I'm about to say, I was like,
For
there's some,
9.
there's some child labor laws that need to be
I was gonna say.
discussed real quick because
And how old are you? 24.
no, but how long, like staff wise?
9 years.
9 years. Yeah.
Yeah, 9 years.
Yeah. Is that the same as Daniel? I can't remember.
Yeah, he's 6 weeks
Oh, okay.
away
yeah.
from me.
Yeah.
So I was his first hire.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a
I can't
good
wait.
thing.
I can't wait for Sam's tenure and,
Yeah.
and when Mark calls him up and they talk about funerals again. Because
Every time, man.
Every time?
That's
Yes.
the time Mark knows.
Yes.
Mark knows Sam is from
Guaranteed.
funerals. 'Cause
Yeah.
Sam, if you don't know, Sam is the resident funeral tech guy
Yep.
at New Spring Church. That's
part
his
of my job.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when you moved positions, Mark was like, he's gotta keep doing that.
You know, if I'm known for one thing, that's not the worst thing.
He's just hanging around dead people. Just
Yeah. It's a passion.
What did Mark say? Say
What?
like at your 5-year, like it's nice to see you
Marker.
without a dead person in the room.
Yeah, something like that. It's usually some version of it's really nice that there's nobody dead.
Yeah.
Or look at me, I'm not in a suit and you're not either. That means nobody's dead.
It's fantastic.
Which it is true though. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
it's
That's the way it is.
that's just the fact.
funny but accurate.
Yeah.
I'm
Wow,
okay.
Justin, just very, very just insightful right there.
I'm
That's what I'm here for. Don't you know?
I'm going to address the labradoodle in the room.
Oh no. He's very
In
upset.
I
case-
found that
in case
a
he's-
lot funnier than I should have.
So he's upset.
In case you
because-
haven't heard, if you don't hear it through the microphones, there is a travesty of justice being occurring as we speak.
start a riot.
as Max has been boxed.
He has been
For this
boxed
episode.
because he was outside and got in some mud, and I didn't want him getting mud on everything.
is this the hill you're gonna die on?
Yeah, he will.
Many hills
Yes, he
I will
will.
die on, and this is
Are
one
you
of them.
are you a
Max is my
dying
best
on
friend.
the molehill guy?
Max is my best friend.
He doesn't even come over here anymore for other reasons. He
Yeah,
only
I don't
comes
care about the
over-
Just wants
podcast.
to
I just
come
come over
see
here for
Max.
Max. Max is a good dog.
He is a good
That's
dog.
that's irrelevant.
So
It's just-
we've been letting him out at night
Uh-huh.
and not crating him,
Uh-huh.
and he's actually doing pretty good. Like,
See?
I was worried that he was going to get into stuff, and like last night, I was like, I'm going to leave you up here, and he was like looking at me like, you are, like you're gonna truly,
You can do it.
You're gonna trust me?
you trust me? I was like, you're gonna do great, and he's like, I will. Just give me a chance.
Trust me, Dad.
Famous last words.
Yes.
so Chris, how old is Max?
He's not even a year old yet.
It's just a
Really?
Yeah, he is a baby.
Shocks me.
Yeah, and
Okay.
he's got the huge. He knows we're talking about him.
I
And
know
he's
he does,
staring
'cause
at me.
He's milking it
It's
over
almost
there
like
as well.
he
He
knows
should.
that his name has been said.
Yeah, he is staring at me.
I just wish he would sit like right here.
Is this
No,
right
he
in
has
the
so
middle.
much energy. He has more energy than
Well, yeah,
both
he can't
the kids
sit for more
combined.
than a couple of minutes.
He's like,
Is
I'm
this-
gonna keep moving.
do we need to start referring to him as Voldemort or something? So he's like,
You shall not be named. The dog
Yes.
formerly known as Max.
Yes.
see that he did it again.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
See,
Yep.
Isn't that right, Max?
he's like, I know that you guys
Hi,
are
buddy.
talking about me.
Hi, bud.
Can we make
What's
a
up?
symbol for him like Prince?
You tell him, buddy.
We just have a moment for silence. For
Moment of
for
silence
Max.
for Max in the box. All right, we should probably move on. I guess.
Silence. Max doesn't even want the mode of silence.
No, he's using it to
I'm not for
protest.
it. I'm not up for it. Now, you're married.
I am.
How
Yeah.
long have you been married again?
We're going on 4 years in June.
4 years.
Aw.
That's longer than Justin.
Well, everything's longer than Justin. Everything's taller than Justin.
Not everything.
Hey, we went 10 minutes without making a short joke, Justin. We are getting better at this,
see,
okay?
it's
The
going
therapy
well.
and counseling
No,
is
wait, no, we
working.
didn't because I said his feet were on the floor.
Oh, yeah, that was pre-recording, though.
Was it? Oh,
Yeah.
dang
Yeah, but
it.
that's not necessarily like I don't take offense
Yes,
to that.
let's just acknowledge that.
Yeah,
Now-
yeah, hold on. Just as a disclaimer so everyone knows, I don't care. So
Yeah.
they can make jokes all they want.
People are gonna write and say justice for Justin, justice for Max. like this is the two things.
But apparently nobody cares when y'all call me old. So.
It's a trending hashtag
Yes.
on X, formerly known as Twitter, because you have to say the whole
Yes.
thing now when you
Which
talk
this is
about
not
it.
a Twitter hat.
Three-
Okay, let's make that awesome. This is not a Twitter hat.
didn't
This
even
is not
see
an
that and
X
think
hat.
that.
This is a Venue Flex hat. Only Sam would know what that is. We're gonna move on.
Three tweets does not make a trend.
It's
gonna take more than our audience
Also,
to get it
if it's just you doing it, it does not count.
Yeah, that's not the way that works.
You can't tweet about yourself and then be like, people are tweeting.
yeah. People are raving about
Have you
this.
seen the internet?
Your wife, your mom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's not going to
Your
get it done.
mother-in-law. You can't. I need a womp 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 sound,
We do.
or like the losing sound from Price is Right.
Boop-doop-a-doo.
Boom.
Now, see,
That may be trademarked.
this just became all of us making sound effects.
Yes, that I'm
into
going
the
to use.
microphone.
That I'm going to use
Yes,
later.
please use
it's
those.
not even the real one. I'm going to use
the
because
fake
of
one.
copyright. I'm going to use John's.
See, there you go. You're welcome. That's what I'm here for, people.
Oh,
I thought you were only here for Max.
Yeah.
Well, Max and the sound effects.
Sam is here for justice.
That's right.
Justice only. Are we done with our intro, Justin?
I probably.
Do we all know
Should we
enough
take-
about Sam?
Yeah, there's nothing
okay,
else to
what's one fun fact?
know. One fun fact?
Because he has many.
I have so many fun
Okay,
facts.
or your top 3.
No, that's a joke.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying.
Well, you said it like
Okay, fun
you
fact.
didn't believe it was a joke.
And it has to be a fun one.
Yeah, don't make
Not
it a-
one that has
And
some
we
will
dark
judge.
humor.
Okay.
Not dark humor one.
All right. Well, scratch that one. No, I was a part of a football team that won a national championship in high school.
Look at you.
Look at- All right, way to go.
Nice.
There you go. Fun fact.
But he also went to a Christian school.
Yeah, it does. There was like 3 of us. So like best of 3, and we couldn't call it state because the other team was in North Carolina. So
Which I do want to talk about that. Like I think you're the only one here that has gone to like a Christian school for like grade school, right? Right, Justin, you didn't go.
No, public school, born
Public
and
school.
raised.
I was homeschooled until the 7th grade, and then I went
then-
to Christian school.
Yeah. So he was the other way for Kelsey. She went to public school and then she was homeschooled. I think from 7th grade up. And then she was like, "I'm going to try again for senior year," and she hated it.
Well, I was kind of like that though, because I did public school up until 7th grade.
Yeah.
And then 7th grade through sophomore year, I was homeschooled, and then I did junior and senior year.
Yeah. He was waiting for that growth spurt.
It never came.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Justin.
That's good funny.
It's just shooting from the hip
It's
at this
just-
point. I'm so sorry.
Is that another short joke? Shooting from the hip? Because I'm that short.
Justin, I don't think you understand. Everyone shoots from the hip, no matter how tall they are.
Just the delayed air horn is just gets me too. Oh,
You should get yourself some foot pedals over there with sound
Yes.
effects, so
Yeah.
you don't even have to reach over.
yeah, it's just like
It's
who's
just-
hitting that? It's all post production. No, just the foot pedals that I have on my feet because that's where you put them, John.
That's where you put your foot pedals. It's usually at your feet.
Yeah, I mean if you use
Otherwise, they're hand pedals.
No,
Well-
no words. Hey, Chris.
yeah,
Let's take a break.
yeah, we are going to take a break because we're getting nowhere. But I do want to talk about accountability.
Nowhere fast.
Thank you so much that me.
No, not
I'm
you.
nowhere.
No, this is not going anywhere.
The three of us just
This is our-
doing what
this
we
is-
do.
This is the meat
Getting to
sweat
know
coming
Sam,
out.
aka going nowhere.
This is just us being with so much like pulled pork in us that we can't think straight. So we'll be right back.
Very good.
Welcome back to Off Topic, and we got our first trade.
Okay, so weird question for
Yes.
everybody here.
Yeah.
When you were a kid and you were like, oh, Jesus is coming back any day,
Oh,
and you
yeah.
would hear a train in the distance, was there like that small part of your belly that just like dropped?
Is this it?
And you're like, is this? You're
And why
counting
am I
the
not-
amount of
why
hor-
am I
yeah,
not floating?
Why am I not here? Why am I here?
So I've always had moments where like I'll be at the store, go to the bathroom, and then you come out and it's like everyone's gone, and I'm like, did it happen? And then you really just sit there and you go,
Yeah. You're just waiting for someone else to walk by so you know it's okay.
Yes, and then you're just no. It doesn't matter, John, because that person's a sinner.
Well, that's true. Okay, I apologize.
No,
I'm not gonna say anything.
then
That's
you
a
have
good call.
then you have a moment, and then you're just like, oh, okay, no,
Chris, are you trying to say that you're not a sinner?
no, I never said that. I was
okay.
just saying, okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, okay, I know that I am a sinner. Okay, and
I don't know. It sounds like you think
Let
you're
Are
perfect.
you? Do
No.
you really?
yes, I am.
Let me introduce
What is
you
wrong
guys.
with you? I will say, so this is a topic. So there is a family member that has been listening to a podcast, not ours. So I'm a little hurt about that
Okay.
also. But it's
But understandable.
understandable. This guy has a podcast, and I'm going to throw two things. He doesn't believe that we're sinners, and two, three things. He doesn't believe in the Trinity, and he thinks that he doesn't believe that Jesus is God. So there you go, Justin.
Get your phone. Come on, hurry up.
What's the
Start looking it up.
Why does he believe these?
Yeah.
That's the
That's-
real question that I
Yeah,
have.
or what does
He
what
actually-
does he
What
believe?
does he believe in place of this? It would be my
Just
question.
God. I don't know, and like he believes that we should forgive others and stuff like that, but like I don't know.
So is
I
it
don't,
like
So
a Pharisee
then-
or something or what?
So then, what about the entire New Testament?
no.
I don't think he falls that. I mean, that's all that I know of. Didn't really
I think
search
this
into
is just called Judaism.
yeah, but just being complicated though.
Well, you know.
No, because even Judaism believes in the Trinity.
Do they? Oh yes, because they believe that the Messiah is going to come. They just don't believe the Messiah has
I
come
mean,
yet.
they
right.
literally wrote Genesis. Like
That's true. Okay, that's true. That's right. Yes,
Yes.
You're right. You're right.
But yeah, I've always like been confused on why people struggle with that, like the Trinity idea.
I was recently enlightened to the concept that in the Muslim faith, Christians are viewed as polytheist.
Because
Be-
of the
you're
Trinity.
gonna- because of the Trinity.
You're going to have to explain that to me because again, remember Arkansas Public School. So
the Muslim people think that we believe in more than one God.
okay.
There we go. Sorry.
So
Yeah.
that
So that the
they
Trinity
think
is actually
the Trinity is three different
three
separate.
three gods. Yeah.
entities.
Okay. No. Yes, I've heard this before.
Interesting.
Yes,
I had not understood that until recently.
I've heard of this theory, but
if you-
I don't see it that way though.
No,
Well, no, because
it's one God in three parts.
my question would be how do you draw that conclusion? Like, where do you draw that from? That it's three separate. The Trinity
think
is three
they
separate
struggle
beings.
well,
with-
I mean, it's probably from the outside looking in.
Well, and I think they struggle with some parts of like Jesus praying to God, and so how does that work?
and also, well, also being God.
Yeah, at the same time. But you have to think it's a part of God in human flesh, and so
Right.
We're not going to make this podcast about trying to explain the Trinity, are we? Because
no, I
please
just was
I'm
throwing,
going to fail miserably.
I
at
was
that.
just throwing that out there.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just something to think about. But like, not acknowledging that Jesus is God is a pretty like a dangerous thing.
Well, you have the issue in Jesus of either he is God and the Son of God and etc., or he's a lunatic.
Yeah. That's,
Those are really your
that's
own,
the only two options.
of people who like to play he was a really smart teacher and really great and he taught great things, but he wasn't God or anything. And he's like,
Yeah.
no, that's not the way that works, because the man said he was God numerous times, and so if he's not, then he's a
we
lunatic.
didn't make that conclusion up. He said that, which was
Yeah.
a pretty bold statement.
It's one of my favorite scenes in The Chosen.
Okay, but
Really?
like if you're gonna go with the thing of like Jesus is like, hey, I'm God,
Mm-hmm.
and then be like, he was wrong on that, then everything is out the window.
Yeah.
Right.
Like that's the hardest part of the whole thing is like, if you go in and you can say this part of the Bible is wrong, then the whole thing.
Then
is,
then where
then what credibility does any of it have?
You
Yeah,
can say it,
exactly.
John.
you
You
can't
got it.
and I think we've said this before in some way, but you can't you don't pick and choose
Yeah.
out of the Bible what you want and what you don't want.
Yeah, and
That's
the,
not
and
how
the
that
Bible
works.
cross references itself many times.
Mm-hmm.
So
Can I find, let me try and find the picture.
Oh,
Here he
boy,
comes.
Here we go.
Oh, I know what picture you're.
Get your phone.
I know what picture you're going to show.
For
Everyone has
For the
seen it.
people on the radio, they're going to be very confused. Right
Everyone
now.
has
For the
seen it,
people
Justin.
just listening, Justin is scrolling on his phone.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Furious,
Very vigorous.
furiously typing.
Oh man, look at his thumbs go. It's like fire.
Look at them go.
He's like an Olympic sprinter, but with thumbs.
Every Gen Z person, right there.
Wow. Look, so proficient with the technology.
Yeah, I've seen it.
That's it.
You don't.
What?
What are
picture?
your phone doing?
Dude, I don't know. What is that? Have you seen
iPhone
this?
15,
What
gentlemen.
is that?
I just tried to say how proficient you were with technology, and then you go and do this.
Not,
Like,
what is
come
this
on,
on
dude.
view? What is?
It's
Hold
not.
on.
I see it
Okay,
because you won't
hold
leave
on.
it alone.
Hold
It's not
on.
rotating correctly.
Also, can I just say that, like, I don't know if
rotating
this is like me being old or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate it when somebody's phone is not on portrait lock.
Oh yeah.
Because, like, it bothers me so much when I turn my phone to the side and my phone's like, you want this to change.
Yeah.
I'm like, no,
That
please
does
don't
make you
ever
older.
do that.
What is that?
That does make you older,
So,
Sam.
so this is a.
I'm just gonna put that out there.
there
I'm
a-
okay with that.
Is there a
That's
potential we
great.
can insert this
Yeah,
photo?
yeah.
So
Not on the radio.
You just need to send
sorry,
it.
radio people. But
I don't think
this
they make
is-
it so that's a lot of RF to send over
Yeah,
a
that's
signal.
a-
So just imagine a rainbow. Okay, go.
Yeah. So this is a chart
yeah,
of how many times the Bible cross-references itself.
exactly.
And it's over, I believe, over 10,000 different times.
Yeah, yeah. There's
That
multiple
in
times.
some way, shape, or form, the Bible cross-references itself.
Yeah, and so, I mean, there's that. You can't just nitpick anything because it just repeats itself.
And
So-
if you believe that Scripture is inerrant and the living and active Word of God, why would you not want to believe all of it?
Will you say
Exactly.
that word again for me? I don't.
Inerrant?
Is
Can you define that?
yeah.
Yeah,
that was
it's what you
come
call
on,
when
bud.
you have like some bills, and you're in the car and you're going to drop off and pay all your bills and then get the groceries and come home. That's an errand.
I was with you. Bud. I was with you.
Thank you, Sam.
I gotcha.
Did you mean inherit?
No.
Inherit?
No,
you
he's
meant,
gonna,
you
this
meant,
is gonna
he meant
hill
it.
he's gonna
Okay.
die on.
No. That's fine. I'm trying to learn.
Inerrant is. Hold on. Wait. Where's.
Are you waiting for Max to stop? Because that's not.
No,
gonna
I,
happen.
I lost the
Oh,
definition.
you said his name.
I just stirred the pot.
Yeah. You prolonged it.
It's okay, buddy. I feel you. They don't, but I do.
The word inerrant is, by Webster's definition, existing as a natural and permanent quality of something or someone.
Oh,
I just
errant.
zoned out. I did not hear anything
Okay,
you just
this
said.
makes way more sense to me now.
I'm just being
Okay.
honest.
This
So,
is a long
here we
conversation
go.
to say the Bible is true and doesn't make any errors.
There you go.
Perfect.
Justin was trying to use
Can
his
you explain that
college
word for
degree.
me?
Everybody-
Errors?
Everybody with a Arkansas education still with us here? All right.
I got it.
Way to go, Chris.
Proud of you.
We're
Good
proud
job,
of you.
buddy.
I barely. I got it though. Man, these shoes are bothering me though.
I can imagine. How long did it take you to adjust to wearing shoes?
Every time I hear that podcast, like listen to it, I lose it right there.
You're welcome.
Also, the dad joke. I don't think a lot of people caught that.
Which
and I'm
one?
very disappointed. Oh, what was it?
The daddy's girl?
No, that one was funny though.
That one was
No,
funny.
but me saying, I got it. Oh no, it was yeah, I got it, Dad. And so, he's watching? No, he's not watching this. Why? It just keeps going.
Okay,
We're
do
not
you
having this
do
conversation.
you guys have a favorite dad joke?
What's brown and sticky? A stick.
Um,
That's enough out of you.
Why does a duck have tail feathers?
Why?
To cover its butt quack.
My kids like the cow ones. What's a cow with no feet or no legs?
Ground beef.
Yeah, and the lean beef one. Yeah, they like those. They think it's hilarious. All right, John.
You're a dad. Do you have a dad joke?
Yes, but not on hand.
It's like a spur of the moment. It
yeah,
has to.
yeah. It's one of those,
It just happens.
like inerrant.
Yeah.
I just did one a minute ago.
This is what happens when I try and interject into a conversation.
Oh,
I know.
man.
This
I'll
is
just stop talking.
Great. Okay, so
All right, so
Moving
the
on.
new podcast on topic with Sam, Chris, and John.
Okay, wait. We should bring up the Yoko Onoing of our podcast here that Sam has started.
The what?
The Yoko Onoing.
No.
I'm Yoko.
He's
I don't know if
Yoko.
you know that.
He's breaking up the Beatles over
I
here.
am so confused right now.
Yoko Ono broke up the Beatles. She was John Lennon's
have
wife.
you heard of the Beatles?
Oh, yes.
Okay,
yes,
all right,
Yes.
all right.
Okay, I didn't know.
So-
Okay, now I know.
By Sam bringing delicious.
Delicious.
There was already an
Smoked meats
argument
with
on
us.
the group chat of like who is going to get like kicked
Who we're
off the
kicking
island.
off the podcast so that Sam can come and bring delicious smoked
And
meat.
then part of
every
it
time.
was, hey, let's kick off Chris, even though he does most of the work.
See, that's why I
That's what I
voted.
said.
That's why I voted for Justin, because I need you to edit and everything still. So, and obviously I want to be here because I want this, the
You just want to
smoked
see
meat
Max.
and Max, and so the
Stirring the
natural
pot.
one left out is you.
I just want to say I did not vote for anybody. I just was happy to be
And I said,
part of something.
No one has to leave. It's like, why are we?
Why
having
are we
this
suddenly voting people off the island?
conversation? I know what's going to happen if we all get like if we're stuck on our island. We're just like, oh, let's kill Justin. like we immediately.
Why me?
Justin, no, it can't be Justin. He doesn't have that much.
Because
meat.
your short little legs won't let you get away from us.
You can't reach.
We
you can't reach the
catch up to
coconuts
you.
as well.
Yeah,
That was good.
you're
That
welcome.
was good.
You can't reach the coconuts.
Wait for me, I got little legs.
Why does
I have a big head.
Hey, what is
and
this?
Look
little
at big
arms.
head, little arms.
What is this?
Why
button
did you
do?
pitch shift Justin?
Why do we have a random?
So what
junkie?
is the point of this?
Does it keep going? Oh
No, it's not.
I
You-
thought it was going to be a
you
rim
took-
shot.
You took
For
latch off
tense
of these.
moments.
Huh?
You took latch off, I think, on all those effects,
Oh, I probably did.
which is a good idea with Justin sitting right there.
Yeah, that's a good call.
I like that one.
Oh, is that when I punch him in the face, like
Yeah, like
the old
that.
Batman?
Thank you.
Do we have a topic for this episode? Or
Yes.
are we
Yes,
just having
yes,
fun
we
here?
do.
'Cause-
Which is amazing because we probably need it. Accountability.
oh, good.
Oh,
I can see that John read the text thread.
Yes.
What text thread? Does y'all have a text thread?
Yeah, you're not in it because you
what
got
is-
kicked.
Because we voted you off the island.
What is this texting you youngins are speaking of?
No,
So
but
do you
we're
remember AOL?
Yeah, yeah. You
I
didn't
remember
get,
getting
What would
the
you
disc.
AIM?
prefer we communicate with carrier pigeon?
Okay, wait.
you didn't get added into the.
Wait. Do my sound. No, not that one. There we go. Thank you.
This is why I do the sound effects.
That's right.
We're gonna
Chris,
turn
you're fired from sound effects.
We're gonna turn that down.
Please.
I feel like I
Please turn
can't
it
even
down.
think when that.
let me introduce you to end times eschatology in the 90s.
Oh gosh.
The Left Behind book series.
We're not out yet.
Oh.
This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
before.
See, I know it's hard to imagine, but there was a time where that's not where we all learned about the book of Revelation. Was not through the Left Behind
Really?
books. Yeah, we used the Bible. It was weird, but anyway. In my time, I remember
compared to now.
1994. I remember going to church with my now wife, then girlfriend, and it was
You guys dated?
You heathens.
we did. Mm-hmm. Yep. Anyway,
They dated and are dated.
the whole I'm trying to tell a story here, and nobody's.
You just killed Chris.
Sorry. Oh, that was so good. Sorry.
I'm not telling my story now. No, I'm mad.
Goodness.
Do you want your music back?
No, I don't want to. No, don't patronize me. No, in the 90s,
Yeah.
like when we talked about the Book of Revelation, it was terrifying.
Yes.
Because we were all pretty well convinced that they were going to round us
In
up and put
2000?
us into concentration camps.
Oh man.
And so, like I remember going to this church service with my then girlfriend, and it was this music video by some very long curly-haired guy. I don't remember who it was. Some 90s Christian artist.
Justin,
And
you
it,
know it?
and it was him talking to his son as they're in a jail cell, and it ends with him getting let out to be executed. And that was,
Whoa.
yeah, it was not a.
That went from 0 to 1,000 real quick.
That's what I'm telling you. It was intense back then, man.
as opposed to now when we're all just super calm about it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's
just-
not nearly as terrifying.
Yeah, the world's gonna get bad. Just
Now the world's gotten bad enough that we're all kind of like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Anytime now.
yeah.
Are you saying that the 90s were such a great time that you were like, Jesus can wait?
For me, it was.
Well,
Okay then.
No,
We were all still in that. Get the stuff ready. We were all still in that period of. That one. That's the one. Thank you. We were still in that time period where we were all, Jesus, please don't come back while I'm still a virgin. Let me lose my virginity before you come back, Jesus.
I missed it.
You missed it.
You went way too early.
He was half a
And
word
there it is.
early.
Hey, drop a marker. Drop a marker. You're going to want to cut some of that probably.
no, that's fine.
Okay, great.
That's fine.
We can say virgin still?
Yeah, that's
Oh, wonderful.
that's a real thing.
Oh, okay.
You wanted to wait until you were married.
Yeah. Yeah. Just let me.
Can we take a break? And we'll be right back.
After these messages from our sponsors.
Welcome back to Off Topic with our, what is the second train? That there it is.
See,
Okay.
this was okay. So
I was
let me
worried we were
explain
gonna
this.
miss it.
I'm going to explain this to Sam. My mic was almost about to
I
walk away.
really appreciate that.
So the train thing came on accident because I live so close. I literally lived like, is it 4 houses or 5 houses away from the track?
Yeah.
There's not that many houses, and so it's just going to happen.
yeah.
I'm just going to get trains, and so now we've made it a thing.
But
that-
we've never had a train counter yet.
yeah, we've never had a physical train counter.
Yeah, that like pops up.
Yeah. That's more work, Justin.
I feel like they
Yeah,
just,
but we didn't vote you off the island.
No,
so
we need like one of those tickers that you can get that has like the calendar that
Yes.
flips over that we can just hit a button and it just flips over every
Could
time
do
there's a
that.
train.
You know what?
We just sit it right here between me and
If I
Justin.
wanted
great.
to, I could just do it during the live session and just have something pop up and it just ticks it, so I don't have to add it. And
Why don't you just get like a calendar that you put on the edge of your desk?
yeah, just do that.
and just go.
just flips it every time.
Just angrily. just very disappointingly. Just flip it over. I'm still losing it from that last session.
So accountability, huh?
Yes.
Accountability.
So for our last 15 to 17 minutes, time
We're gonna
does-
finally get to the
we're
topic
gonna,
of this
we're gonna
podcast.
try to get. I think it's a valuable thing, but I don't think we need to stay too much time on it. But Sam, you were in a men's group, kind of like I was last year, and Justin's now
I'm in
it.
currently.
Yeah, currently in it. Sorry, John.
I'm antisocial. I don't care.
Yeah, it's okay. So am I, and here we are.
Okay.
But I think what was cool, what was different about this men's group than other men's group that I've been, Sam, is that like there was a lot of accountability. I think it was a really big thing. I don't know if that how it was for you in you, but just having that real talk of like, hey, if I need help with something, I want you to keep me accountable. And I think a lot of us need that, you know.
Oh yeah.
And I think especially as Christians, I think we struggle with that. I think just leaving the door open of an open communication and saying, hey, if I'm doing something that probably doesn't glorify God, tell me. Like, just
And I think you hit the nail on the head with something right there. I feel like a lot of people want to hold people accountable when they haven't asked them to.
yes.
Oh.
And that is a pet peeve of mine.
Yeah.
Is I'll be honest, I'm more than happy to hold somebody accountable. I'm not going to account for somebody who hasn't asked me to.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and it's different if someone starts speaking into situations that maybe they don't even know the whole conversation or the whole like what's going on throughout the whole thing. And so when you have someone that knows everything of like you just kind of lay out all your cards on the table, then they can speak in a little bit more than someone just kind of just seeing it kind of day to day, just you walking by as an example. So I think it's a really good thing. But what do you think is a big struggle for men to be like keeping each other accountable and kind of laying all the cards out on the table? What was the biggest thing that you felt or maybe that you saw in that kind of situation?
I think the biggest thing is the awkwardness of doing it.
Yeah.
Like there's like it's a really tense moment. And
Yeah.
so unless you take the tense out of it,
Yep.
then you're in this moment of, man, this is really weird to say, hey, you're doing something wrong to somebody.
Yeah, and then for our group's ministry, you guys were kind of like the guinea pigs for this. Mm-hmm. For like the married men. Hey, we know she's home. She's right there. We know. We could see her. Hi, Kelsey. He's like, guys, do you not see her? She's right there. But yeah, you guys were
Max
kind of
thinks that we see ghosts.
I know. But you guys were kind of like the guinea pigs of this. And so how was that trying to work through figuring that out and not really having kind of like a guide?
I mean, we had a guide in the sense of that the leaders of the group opened it up for that.
Yep.
They told us when we kind of started that the idea was that we would hold each other accountable. And so, and one of the things that I have found true in life in general is that if you're in a group, the first person to do something will open it up for everyone else.
Yeah. Yeah, because no one's going to take that first step. But once someone does, then it kind of just opens it all up. And then people start having the back and forth conversation.
Yeah, and I mean, even with all of the...
This is some chaos right there.
I was just going to be quiet so you got this.
Oh, no, it's fine. Just roll right through it.
Okay, roll.
Organic and authentic.
Anyways.
Justin. It's true.
What I... vulnerability, accountability,
Yeah.
all of the abilities are... Once somebody breaks that barrier,
Yeah.
everyone else feels the ability to do so.
What do you?
Yes.
Why do you think that is? Like, why does it? What do you think it takes one person?
Yeah, and I'm going to piggyback on that. Do you think that as men, do we feel like we just kind of have to hold that whole burden to ourselves, and that's why we can't share? That would be like a two-part question.
I think it's shame.
Yeah.
Shame is my big answer for that.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know for me, if I tell my shame is this fear that I'm the only one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so if I said, if we lived in a world where everyone was like, vanilla ice cream is the best ice cream.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, if I like chocolate, what's
Yeah.
going wrong? Like what,
Right. What's wrong with me?
I'm not supposed to like chocolate,
Yeah.
anything like that. But then when another guy says, I think this chocolate thing's got something going for it.
Then
Everyone's like,
It's
oh,
like
it's
the
okay to say.
floodgates open.
And I think you need to be careful about that. I think that's a good thing, is knowing someone else struggles with something that you struggle with or has the same experience that you've gone through. But I think you need to make sure that it leans on, hey, we can work on this together, and not as in it's acceptance. I think you got to be careful about that too, because you could find someone that maybe struggle or have, maybe the same exact trauma or gone through something the same exact way. But you could go and say, well, we've gone through the same thing, so that means it's normal, and we're just going to keep moving on,
And I think that's like a hard question.
Yeah.
At that point,
Yes.
is like what, like I think that you have to go into it with we understand that this is not right.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yep. Yeah. And testing every single thing and saying, is this glorifying God? And then what are you doing over there, John?
I'm just watching Max trying to have support.
You just
Max is doing
Oh,
his
here
best.
it comes. Here it
comes.
Max
Oh my
is
goodness.
trying hard.
He's like a Tasmanian devil. He's just gonna start spinning all over the place. Oh goodness.
Anyways,
Anyways.
Don't lie me. I'm just.
But
me and the dog are having a moment.
I don't think we experience that of someone saying like, "Hey, we are both going through this." It's acceptance. I think everyone kind of had the mindset, but yeah, I do think that's something. I think leaders of the group, or if you wanted to start something like that, just kind of say, "Hey, we know that the X, Y, and Z are something that doesn't glorify God."
Right.
And if if one of us struggles with that and needs accountability with something like that, then we are going to work towards that and try to keep each other in count, And it could be as simple as something of like, hey, I just need to be better at like just having more communications with my wife or my kids and stuff like that. And then it could be something that's even a little bit more, we would assume, darker.
Yeah.
And, maybe someone has more of an anger problem or, things like that.
It's kind of like this is gonna be super weird.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Harry Potter.
Yeah.
When you say Voldemort, you take the power away from the name.
Yeah.
And so when you're sitting there and you're saying, "Oh, this super whatever thing,"
Yep.
and you're not talking about it, you're giving that thing power over you.
Exactly.
Right.
Yep. And so you just kind of have to. You're just tying yourself down by keeping it, and that's what shame is going to do for you. But I think accountability is a big thing. And John, you haven't been through a group, but you've done a thing with me before. But like F3 is the type thing of like keeping, hey, we're going to work out every time, no matter if it's hot or cold or whatever the weather is. It's just that accountability of just keeping in check with each other.
Right, exactly. And it's one of those things where at the same time, it's also very easy, I think, for guys to isolate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And just go, into ourselves. And so anything where you have a group of men getting together who are going to talk openly, whether it's one-on-one or a large group setting or whatever, any of that is going to be beneficial to opening men up to communicating with each other and to being honest about what is going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm. And I think there has to be a trust there.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. You're not gonna go up to someone and just open up. I mean, I think you have to build.
I will say I've met people that are like that, and those are people that I would say that you kind of need to be cautious
Yeah.
of.
Yeah. Because if they're being open a lot to the point where they're just sharing all their baggage, but they don't look like they're wanting to change or to grow, then that's different. It just kind of sounds like they just want acceptance at that point, is what we kind of talked about.
And
It's
or
like,
attention.
Yeah, or attention. Hey, I struggle with this, this, and this, and this. Woe is me. It's like, okay, hey, let's do this. And it's like,
Or it can
they're
also
gone. They left. They left, Justin.
it can also be used as a here's how I want to be treated. Here, I struggle with XYZ and this and this and this. Don't talk about this, 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 and this and this.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, we're not even having a real conversation anymore.
Yeah.
You
Are you talking about like someone saying, as an example, that they struggle with alcohol? Let's use that as an example. And you're saying that they don't want advice for it?
No, don't even talk about it. Doesn't exist. We don't acknowledge anything about alcohol.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's a good way if you know someone, as an example, struggles with alcohol and you don't offer alcohol to them. I think that's different. But I think what you're saying is, hey, we're not going to talk about it at all.
At all.
I have this problem, but we're not going to talk about it. Like, it's not even, we're just going to ignore it and just not have that discussion.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a lot like a puppy who is just
As you're
having a hard time settling down and focusing on what we're trying to talk about. And so, you have somebody who has all these hang-ups but they really just want to use it for attention.
Yes.
Instead of getting down to the business of
and I don't
trying
think
to be
they
better.
actively think that,
Right.
but I do think it's a heart thing, like you
Right.
mentioned. Is
Absolutely.
like you've got to go into the conversation knowing, hey, I have this problem. I'm going to be open with this person with it, and I want to change.
And honestly, like I hadn't even thought about it as an attention issue.
Yeah.
Like that's not something I would have ever thought about. Is I was like, man, people who don't have boundaries, like that's my big thing. Is like that's a person who doesn't have boundaries.
Yep.
But I see where you're coming from with the attention thing, and I think that's super. That's a really good insight.
So here's a question: How many people should you be accountable to?
Yeah, I think that's another thing.
Because
is
I
like-
think if you're accountable to a lot of different people, I think you lose some. I don't know. I just feel like you lose authenticity.
I think there needs to be a balance there. I think the amount of people that you're trying to be accountable for, you need to also have people being accountable for you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Does that make sense, Sam? Like, as in, like, you should not be the point person and say, I'm going to be accountable for 10 other people and keep track of them constantly.
Sure.
Unless you're like a group leader. I think that's in a different stance. I think we can all agree that that's kind of their position that God is putting them in. But I'm saying, as an example, me, if I'm keeping accountable of Justin, John, and Sam, but no one's keeping me accountable, how does that look?
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like it's the idea of going.
Like a lead pastor.
serving, but then not going to church to get
Yes.
filled up.
Yeah.
Like if you're pouring out and you're doing nothing but pouring out and not getting filled up, then all you're going to do is burn yourself out.
Exactly.
And there's a certain level of accountability. You know, there's like levels to it. That like in a group setting, I can be so accountable, and then on a very small like 4-person group, I can be a little more accountable.
Yeah.
1-on-1 and so on. And even then, like even with some of my most intimate accountability partners I've had over the years, there's still another level where my wife gets involved.
Yes.
And I'm more accountable to her than to anyone else, and except maybe you could say, and then I'm accountable to God directly.
Yes.
In my walk with Him daily, to be even more honest and open.
Yeah. And do you think that if you're not open to accountability is showing a immaturity, like a spiritual immaturity?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
I think that that's an easy. I think that there is a part of us who's like, oh, I don't need accountability.
Yeah.
And I think immaturity is a really good way to put that. It's something that you learn as you have gone through more life.
Yeah.
That you have to have.
Accountability.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, and we all have to keep accountable. I think as Christians in general, we just need to keep each other accountable. Maybe not on a deeper level, like you said. Someone just coming in and just, hey, you shouldn't do that, and it's like, oh, I don't know you that well, and you don't know the situation as well But I think we're supposed to be ambassadors of Christ, and so we do have to keep each other accountable and say, hey, maybe that isn't showing, what you did, or maybe how you responded to that wasn't the best way. But we're not getting a deep level of like things that you wouldn't share with everyone else, if that makes sense.
Maybe I go back and forth on that because I have found out personally that you have to have relational equity to be able to do something like that.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's some random person, it's, hey, I'm a believer, this is our first small group together. And, you said something and somebody goes and confronts you about that.
Yeah.
There's no buy-in because you haven't spent any time with that person.
Yeah. And that makes a lot of sense.
So, I mean, I totally understand where you're coming from. Like, yes, Christians need to be able to hold each other accountable, but I think it's on you to have that group in your life to do so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I think if we get really close to like judgment whenever it's somebody that you haven't asked to hold you accountable.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think as a Christian, we know that we need to be held accountable. And so I think that's a big step for some people, especially guys, is like, hey, I'm going to look for a group of guys that are going to keep me accountable. And I think it's that back and forth, like you said, John. It's like men, we just naturally are just kind of stay by ourselves, and like we will have friends, and if we go through life and those friends just kind of drift away, we don't get more friends. We just keep keep on going, and then if our friends drop left and right, we just keep on going, and we might end up with just one friend or no friends by the time we get older, and then we're just kind of just coasting through life.
Exactly.
And we have no one to talk about our issues.
Yeah, I think for guys it comes down to when you're asking another guy to hold you accountable, it's how much relational equity do I have?
Yeah.
You're going to have to spell that out for the Arkansas education again.
Because I think it's a respect thing. I think it's a respect thing. I think it's like, hey, I want to respect what you have to say, but also we've got to have some buy-in. I
want to have the relationship with you to where I feel like I can speak into your life, and I'm not going to do that if I only know you this much.
Exactly. Because, if you were in that position of wanting to do it in the right way and want your heart is in the point where you want that person to strive better and to be better in life and to be the best that they can be in life, then you're going to want to make sure that you are in a relational level that you can have a good conversation, because what you want to pour into them, you want to make sure is the right thing that they need,
Right.
and the right puzzle piece that they're missing. If that
And
makes
I
sense.
think that you're getting a little bit closer to mentorship
Yeah.
than accountability.
Yeah.
Because like I think accountability is a two-way street.
Yes. Accountability is a two-way street.
Like you and I, if you're accountable to me, but I'm not accountable to you, that's a mentor.
yes. Yeah.
If we're accountable to each other, that's accountability.
Yeah, and that's another thing is if someone's needing accountability, they need to be able to offer it also.
Yep.
You know, if someone's struggling with something else, then you say, hey, I struggle with this. We can keep each other accountable. But if they're not in a position that they want to, or they don't desire to do that, then they're most likely looking for a mentor.
And I think like one of the things is like you don't have to say what you don't have to say what you want somebody to hold you accountable
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
Like I have a couple of guys in my life who it is accountability.
Yeah.
It's not accountability for this thing.
Certain thing, yeah.
It is, the other day we were hanging out and somebody said something and I was like, hey man, it's not something that you've said, hey, I want you to keep me accountable for that.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, I don't think that's the best way.
Yeah.
To-
absolutely.
And I think that's an agreeing, in my men's group, I think that's the same way. I can go up to any of them and say, hey, I can tell them, hey, what you did was amazing. Like, it was so great. But then also we could pull it the other way, and we have that open communication of like, hey, I just want to be real with you. Like, I care about you. What you did, I know, is not where your heart wants to be. You've shared that with me, and you want to guide your life in this way. But what you did was the complete opposite,
Yeah.
and it's not sowing that you're not sowing what you want.
But you also have to be open to accepting.
And that's the thing is like when you have that accountability partner, it can happen anytime. And you can't, I'm going to be honest, I think that's the best healthy way is you can't shut it down. If someone's going
Right.
to be honest with you and give you accountability and say, hey, we have this open communication that you said we both agree that we can both do this and keep each other accountable, and you tear it down, then that starts going into, okay, now we're getting more of a thing of like, maybe there's something deeper. Like
Yeah.
you're
Right.
just,
Well, and I think like I don't know about you guys, but sometimes one of my natural reactions to what I feel like is criticism
Yeah.
is defensiveness.
yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And so it's so easy to hear that and get defensive. And I think as whenever we're talking about accountability specific,
Yeah.
normally I would say somebody gets defensive, you just kind of need to back off. But in this specific case, like I would say you need to push. Like you just need to push past into the defensiveness and
Yeah.
be like, hey man, you're getting defensive and that's not okay.
Well, and it might be a sign of like your shame is coming out, like you just feel embarrassed and you feel ashamed.
Yeah.
Just you need to push past that and say, okay, I need to. This is what I'm trying to get at. This is the goal.
Because if you truly want to be held accountable, then you'll make the effort to push past
Yeah.
that defensiveness. Because
Yeah.
if you just put those walls up, then
Yeah. And I mean, it would be, it'd be so weird to ask for accountability and then be like, you held me too accountable. That's such
Yeah.
a weird.
Are you noticing I muted you? Because you said something and you didn't hear yourself. Oh, Max, you're shaking the camera. Max, calm down.
He's just so excited.
I know,
That
he's-
is calm down.
Yeah, he is.
he is calm.
That was really good.
That's good stuff.
That was really good stuff. But we are out of time, Justin.
Why did you just tell me we're out of time?
Because I usually have to tell you because you will keep going.
Because I'm the one.
Like every time that we've gone over, it's
That's
because of
him
Justin.
nicely
all my
telling you
fault.
to shut up.
I was going to do it.
Hey, I have talked very little.
So
That's awesome.
yeah, but that's everyone just. There was a clip where it was just silent and everyone just stared at me.
You do
you
not
did
want to hear
something
what,
different.
what he said. Woo! That was fiery.
But we are all out of time. But we have another episode with Sam next week, and hopefully we'll get more into our topic and not just ramble about random things. John, I'm going to blame John.
Okay, yeah, blame me.
Okay.
That's okay.
All right, goodbye.